What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's your tea sippers? This is Big Meech, and you are dishing tea with Big Meech today. Thank you all for coming out so much. I appreciate your love and support, and for coming out joining us today. Here in Atlanta, Georgia, it is a very rainy day. We're raining, we got clouds, the sun trying to come through. So it's one of those kinds of days. I'm hoping your day is a little bit more beautiful aesthetically than mine is. However, it's all good because we're here to see and embrace it. Let me say hello to all of those who are over there in the tea room. If you haven't gotten over there yet, the chat room is open. You can go ahead over there and network and do your thing over there. You can simultaneously chat and listen to the show. I'll be popping in from time to time to say hello to you all, and if you have questions posted up in there, I will be sure to get them to our guest today. Let me also take this time to put my disclaimer out here. This show is a mature, adult, grown folk talking kind of show. It is not intended for children or anyone who is not mature enough to listen rationally. So listener discretion is advised, okay? Let me take this time also to thank all of my sponsors. I do have a few that want to believe in what dishing tea is all about, and they are Trade Day Management and Publicity. They are a full-firm publicity and management team headed by Travion Davenport, a good friend of mine. At Trade Day, you can enjoy a touch of Southern hospitality with a universal appeal. If you'd like more information about them, please go to their website at www.myspace.com/Trade Day PR. That's spelled TREADAYPR. Also, I would like to take time to say thank you to Pharaoh's Treasure Box, affordable fine art and jewelry and 3D silk floral designs, creations by Tap. For all of your unique jewelry and floral designs, contact Pharaoh's Treasure Box. You can dial them at 248-688-5178. Thank you, Pharaoh's Treasure Box. Also, Parisian Wind Productions. They are a musical team specializing in gospel house music and for all of your club needs. Parisian Wind, and that there is my good friend Paris Hairston out there in New York City, New York. Thanks, Paris. Also, all right, we got the dog barking. Who let the dogs out? I love it. I love it. I love it. It's quite okay. Also, I would like to say hello to C-Train Productions. Omar Casserly and his entertainment needs. He's an actor, writer, producer, director. And C-Train is also your entertainment mogul. So thank you out there to C-Train Productions for your support. And as you heard the dogs barking in the background, honey, I'm very excited because my guest here today is, oh my God, I call her a friend because we work together on a show, and I'm going to bring all that into the full.
Yeah.
But my guest today is wonderful, and I've been a fan of hers for such a long time. And I'm going to I call today's show A Dream Girl Misbehaving, and you'll understand why in just a few moments. But let me give you just a little bit of background on her. This is the one and only Miss Trenice Cobbins. She hails from Memphis, Tennessee. She began sharpening her chops by singing jingles for her favorite commercials. From her favorite commercials, I should say. While growing up, she has competed in many talent shows across Memphis and the Tennessee area. She naturally competed in many school competitions where she won Miss Sophomore and also placed as the first alternate to Miss Junior during her high school years at Central High School in Memphis, Tennessee. After high school, Trenice attended the University of Memphis, and she participated in the University Singers and the touring band, the Sound Fusion. The shock of her career is she majored in nursing for 3 years, and after 3 years, she had found that she decided that nursing was not her calling and decided to leave that to fully pursue her career in music. As we all know, in 2002, Trenice fought her way through the competition to compete on American Idol Season 2, where she placed 5th out of a cast of thousands and out of the sea of all those who are looking to audition. And in June of 2003, she toured as part of the cast of the top 12 of the American Idol in the American Idol 2 live concert tour. Since her Idol days, TRENYNCE has been touring the country in many Broadway and off-Broadway musicals, including Soul Kitten Cabaret and Dreamgirls. She recently finished touring with American Idol alumni Frenchie Davis and Season 2's winner Ruben Studdard in the revival of Ain't Misbehavin'. So without any further ado, welcome Miss TRENYNCE Cobbins. Hello there, my darling. Dish your tea with me, girl.
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
Honey, I am everything. And oh, did you like that? Okay,
yeah.
good.
I've been in the business a lot longer than I.
Okay, then you realized. Okay.
Right.
Well, honey, I want to thank you for coming on the show and for taking time out of your schedule.
No problem.
Yes.
You know what? I am really proud of you. I just want to say, I mean, from the music, I heard the song. I love the song. Yes, that's you, right?
No, it's not me yet. That particular song there is done by Carl Bean, and he and I have a similar range, but he's a similar tone, but he's a higher range than I am. I'm a baritone bass. Actually, believe it or not, he sings an alto, honey. So no, child. Yeah.
I love the song.
But we have similar tones, so yeah, we do sound alike.
Yes, I love the choice of song, definitely.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, darling, what's going on with me is I want to focus my attention on you because let me give you kudos, and more kudos because I was there for the opening show here in Atlanta when you guys opened Ain't Misbehavin'. Baby.
Oh, yes.
Baby.
That's right.
Baby, darling. I have to say, that show was absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely phenomenal. And then I had to give you kudos because I had not heard your full vocal strength, your vocal stretch, and your range. And for the character that you played, and I can't think of girlfriend's name who originally does that character.
Charlene Woodard.
Yeah. All of that scatting and all of that bebop that she had to do, and those are very intricate notes that she had to. Baby, when you pulled that out, I don't know if you should have heard my mouth, because, baby, I hollered. I said, this bitch is living for me. Living for me. Oh, I was so proud of you in that show. I said, oh, she pulled this successfully. Girl, y'all did y'all thing in that show, and I'm very proud of you for that.
Thank you very much. I always try to, because I know it's completely different from seeing me in Nikki Gilbert's Soul Kittens. It's totally different. Totally different, and I always like to do that. I always like to stretch my boundaries. I don't want to get stuck playing one character. And especially when it comes to theater, you have to relive it every night. You want to be fresh. You want to do something unique, and you don't want to be the same person every time you get up there. So to learn how to tap, we were all screaming over having to learn 5-part harmony. That was it was very difficult, even for the best singers out there, to learn, the Harlem Renaissance era of music that we had to learn. And then the band was there, and it was a lot of off notes and things that, no one could help you find your key. You had to know what your notes were. You had to know. Baby, I couldn't have auditioned for that. My ear is nowhere near it needs to be. Lord have mercy, because y'all had some tights up in there. Yes. I screamed for that. Yes. Oh, y'all were absolutely fantastic. It was fun.
I think listening to that show has helped improve my ear, actually, because, child, y'all did some things in there that was phenomenal. But, let me go here. What was that like, working with, like I said, the alum? You have Frenchie, you got Ruben, child, to have
people.
Okay, really, baby.
Oh, yes,
the cast just seemed like it was just so, just a camaraderie. Y'all were the tea.
Yes, yes. I mean, honestly, there's only 5 people up there, so if one person is off, you see it. And because, you know, we were all very adamant about this show going to Broadway at that time, there was a lot of buzz about it being picked up for Broadway. We were like, we want this show to be seen and heard on Broadway. We need something like this for us, you know. And
exactly.
And not to take away anything from any other shows, but there just isn't enough shows for us to be able to go to. I mean, The Lion King will forever and a day be beautiful, and we had The Color Purple, but Ain't Misbehavin' was a jovial show. It makes you happy.
Yes,
you know, it brings you in. You know, it brings you right into the Harlem Renaissance. It makes you wish that you were there. You know, and
exactly.
It was exciting. It was very exciting, and we loved doing those roles. When I tell you we will be backstage when one person was on stage, singing with them, dancing with them, that's how much we love. You have no idea. I mean, we would have so much fun backstage. So I have to say it was really great reuniting with Ruben and Frenchie because we knew what it was like to stand in that line, to be critiqued, to get down to the top 30. You know, it was we went on that journey together, and then to come back, we're all grown, we have lives, we've lived.
Okay, say that we've lived. Okay.
Yeah, we've lived, and so it's totally different. I mean, it's one thing to meet each other as children, you know, or coming into adulthood, but it's a whole nother thing to then talk about, you know, our president being black and, you know, all kinds of politics and religion and family. And it just, you know, it was awesome. It was really awesome. We had some great nights.
Wow. You know what? You just said something that I have not, didn't think of it that way. That's right. The world has changed since that time.
Oh,
so much.
Changed.
And then to come... Yes, and to come back into that fold like that. And then you have all these different experiences now. Oh, wow. Okay, that's some...
I mean, Ruben had gotten married and he had a stepdaughter, and so we had a lot to talk about. And to even know that he turned into this grown man, I'm just so proud of him, and I commend him for being a great husband and a father. You know, that's a beautiful thing to watch. So I'm very proud of him. And I believe his wife is from Atlanta, so I'm very...
Yes, she is.
Yeah, very proud of him for, you know, stepping into that and owning it.
Okay, all right. I'm living for that. Now, you know, let me ask you this, because to see that you guys have come from that alumni and have that in common with one another and actually have that, basically that family setting. Yeah. What was it about your Idol days that you learned? Because I've seen other interviews and I know I've read before that you were saying, you know, Idol was intense, and even though we only had these little 2 minutes to impress the world with our voices, it really didn't give time for us to shine and to spotlight like we wanted. So with all of that, what did you learn from the Idol days?
You know, I learned that this industry is a game, you know.
Wow.
And if I had known that I was playing a game, I would have done a lot of things differently. You know, you're talking about children, so I'm going into this thinking, oh, this is like Star Search. Not thinking, you know, not even thinking that Star Search was even a game.
Wow.
It's a show. It's a show first. And when you realize that it's television first, talent second, then I think you can last a lot longer on the show. But me, I was thinking, oh, but I sang this song and I held this note and I did this and I did that and they didn't let me talk and I got edited out of this. And, you know, as an artist, we always want what's best for ourselves. We always want the most shine. We always want to be looked at in the perfect way. And if we don't get that, we're like, that's unfair. Well, the industry is unfair, you know, and that's what I learned. I learned that you either have to take your shine and and pull yourself up by your bootstraps, or you're going to get left behind because no one really cares that it was unfair. You know,
wow.
they could care less. It's not about your talent. It is not about taking your turn. You know,
okay.
You know, it's not about that, and we want to be honest, and we want to be upfront, and we want people to love us because we did things the right way, but the industry itself is not that way. And the quicker, you know, as an artist, you learn that, I think the better off a lot of people will be. I'm coming from the South, of course, and I'm very, you know, I curtsy, and I'm very nice to people. I speak. I want to be spoken to back. I say good morning. None of that.
Okay. Say that. Okay.
You know, the industry is, here's your mic, Miss Cobbins. Here's your light, Miss Cobbins. Start. You know, it's like that.
Right.
And but I didn't change. I also learned how to be myself within the industry. And it's funny because I was talking to someone last night about my audition with Rent, and I hope nobody from Rent is listening. They probably are, but it's okay. And I was just laughing. I was laughing in my audition because I thought it was hilarious how everyone was just looking at everyone with slanted eyes. And, you know, it's like, my God, if this is for you, it's for you. You know, so you don't have to look at another woman and be like, what's she here for? You don't have to look at another guy and be like, oh, I sound better than that. Just do you. You know, do you and stay in your lane. And if you impress the director and the producers enough, then you'll get the part, you know. But I just hate to see people spend so much time thinking or wanting to be so perfect when 9 times out of 10 you're going to get rejected. So So don't put other people down in the midst of that because we're all going through the exact same thing.
Exactly.
You know, and we don't know what they're looking for. I mean, my nose could be too long. I could be too dark. They could be looking for something totally the opposite of me, and it has nothing to do with my talent. It's just not my turn. It's not my turn. So that's I think
that's
I
a way to
took
look
that
at
from
it.
Idol. Yeah, I took that from Idol. I know for sure.
Wow, it's not my turn versus they hate me, they can't stand me.
Right, it's just not your turn yet, you know. You could be the greatest. And you'll walk out of there thinking that you're half of who you were when you walked in, but that's just not so.
That's very rich, and I'm loving that you're saying all that because I stand on that in a lot of different forms because, of course, being an entertainer as well, you know, I've struggled with, okay, I'm not where I should be. You know, I've been lazy here. I'm not doing enough there.
Oh,
then
trust me, we all do. We all do. Because as an artist, I'm telling you, you want to succeed at everything. You want to tell everybody yes. You know, you do. And you hate to decline. I don't know what that is. I guess it's because, you know, you love what you do, and they're presenting you with something that will allow you to do that.
To do what you do, exactly.
Yeah, so therefore you want to do everything, you know. But we all struggle with those insecurities, and it's tough. It's tough to remain yourself when you're constantly getting rejected.
Yeah, that is true. And just like you said, the industry is all about show first, then talent. Because as you see, we have a number of folks, honey, who got a lovely look. Yeah. Oh, baby, honey. Okay, they you know, they can sell magazines and, you know, they can influence fashion and all of this. They can create trends. But, you know, put them in front of a camera or in front of a microphone, and then we have problems and issues.
And then they go flat.
Oh! Flat! I like that. What'd you say? Then they go flat.
And then
lovely.
They go flat. You know, but I was watching, I was tweeting yesterday, and I was watching Whitney on Oprah.
Dig it.
Fabulous interview. Fabulous interview. But what I noticed most about yesterday's interview was supply. We don't have managers and agents and labels that will, stomp to the end of the earth and back for you anymore. The look on his face when she was performing and the comments that he made after, he is in love with Whitney. And that's what I think is missing now. I mean, you don't have people that are genuinely in love with an artist anymore. And I just I almost hate that I'm a part of this era. I feel like, I always say I feel like I missed it by 10 years at least, because at least no, I'm serious.
I used to say the same thing. I got you by 10 years. I found out your birthday. I got you by 10 years. So them same 10 years, girl. I'm like, no. I used to say the same thing. I'm born in the wrong decade.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that they were the exact same way, and I'm sure our parents and the artists that were around during that time said the exact same thing. But the difference is that, there's just, the magic is just gone, The magic is gone from music. It's just really all about record sales and making that label some money. And artists kind of get pushed to the side. But the difference is live. Talk about her comeback was just, I was like, wow, I just wish I had somebody like that behind me,
And let's speak on that, because I was talking with a hairdresser earlier today that I just met, and he's looking to move down here to Atlanta. I was telling him the thing that we have to do is learn how to build a team of people that will support and push us, yet at the same time, where we place them in the team is them doing their best. This is what they want to do with their lives. So it's not them doing, so that later on down the road, they're not saying that, okay, it's time for me to do me kind of thing. I got you as a manager because this is what you wanted to do with your life, so we're helping one another out. So I said all that to say, how have you been able to build your team? Is your team that strong, or do you feel you can tweak it?
What's really funny is that I am in the midst of a lot of changes. I'm in a transition period right now into a greater team. Because you're right, that is the hardest part. The hardest part is finding someone that is not an actress trying to be a manager, trying to be an agent, trying to be an assistant.
Okay.
And then for someone to get you, a lot of the time people can be managers, but they don't get you at the right time. They have to get you. They have to understand the direction that you're going in and know how to build on that. Some people, they get you, but they don't know how to take you to the next level. And they won't say that they don't, but they'll waste your time,
Say that.
And then you have those that really, really want to do something for you, but they don't have the capital to do it. And then there are those that are huge, huge fans, and and that's really all that they can be, but they know the right people and they can get you started and moving in the right direction. So the thing is really, really taking your time and also knowing when to get out of a situation. Because if it hasn't really moved in 6 months or so, or if you're stalling, or if every time you see the person, they're like, yeah, but I want you to do this, or, they keep pushing it back, then it's time to move on.
Especially when they don't get your vision, they're promoting their vision for you.
Right,
yes.
Right. I had a friend that I'm not going to say who it is, but I had a friend that told me the other day that the label kept saying, you're the next, let's say, Minnie Riperton. And she's like, I'm not Minnie Riperton. I am this. And they're like, no, you're this. And so, as an artist, if you don't want to continue to be stuck, you want to move ahead, so you may allow this person into your life for a reason, to move forward, but then you're still not gaining anything because you're not doing what you want.
Exactly.
So it's a catch-22. I mean, the team is, I say, 85 to 90% of what it takes to be successful.
Yeah.
And
okay, well, you know what? Yes. Yes, exactly. Now let's talk about how you came into all of this, because we done, we've taken it to what you've learned. Let's go back to when you got started, girl. Let's talk about these little commercial jingles you used to sing. What was your jingles, girl? What was those little jingles?
You know what? Okay, so my entire family used to sing. My parents met in a singing group. They were signed to Stax Records, and my mother was very holy and sanctified. Her mother was too, and so she didn't want to wear dresses. She didn't want to wear makeup, so that was a no for her.
Oh, wow.
So, lo and behold, they have me, and I'm a music baby just like they are. And on the weekends, we would clean up and sing songs and, mostly Motown records, heavy on Stevie Wonder. My father taught me everything there was to know about music just by him alone. I mean, because he wasn't just an R&B or soul singer. He would tap into country. He tapped into reggae. He was eclectic like that. And so I was able to appreciate a wider range of music. So then I went from that to jingles on the radio. My mom would listen to me singing in the back seat of the car, and she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, is that her? Is that her singing?" And I would go to my room and place all of my bunny rabbits and bears and Barbie dolls, line them up on the bed, and they were my audience, and I would sing to them. Everything that I think every star has probably said that they did, I think I did that too. I don't know if that's just innate, if that's just a God-given thing to sing in the hairbrush and to, because no one tells you to do that.
Right. You just grab it, honey. We just know we need a mic. Yep. You grab it and you go.
Yeah, that's where it all started. I was singing jingles off the radio and learning harmonies, and my family and I would, that was our quality time together. We had an entire room dedicated. We called it the music room to singing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got my first record player when I was 4. Caught Up in the Rapture, Anita Baker was my very first record, and Control by Janet Jackson. Those were my 2 first records I've ever gotten in my life.
Wow, you remember that.
I do, because it made an impact. It made a serious impact in my life. And Anita Baker was my very first, I guess you would say, diva, icon, and then along came Whitney, and I just fell in love with Whitney, and that was it. I was in this.
Okay. Well, let's talk about your influences, because you said Anita Baker and Whitney Houston, and I was going to bring that up because everyone knows who knows you that Whitney is your girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else influences you or inspires you?
It has changed so much over the years, because I used to say all of the older names: Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, Dionne Warwick, Sarah Vaughan. I mean, it's so many different styles that would influence me when it comes to women. I absolutely love Barbra Streisand for being so versatile. I think that's probably the one person that I relate to most now. I always say I want to be the Black Barbra Streisand, because she could handle the acting, she could do the producing and the writing and the music, and she had great showmanship. And I loved how she wasn't the most beautiful woman in the world like a Marilyn Monroe, but she was gorgeous in her own right, and she sucked you in. And that's kind of how I feel about me. Like, I know I'm not Sierra or Beyonce or any of those girls, but I think that when you have stage presence, it doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. If you can engage an audience and make them feel what you're feeling. So Barbra Streisand is really huge on the list. Jill Scott,
oh God, yes.
God.
Yes.
To be in the
Yes.
room and that angel is up there. Oh, she just she does something. She makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Which most people can't do anymore. And Lettucey is like that as well.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay, stop it.
So I love true singers, and it's not taking away anything from anybody else, but that's just what I was brought up on, and that's what I appreciate the most, you know.
Baby,
Yeah,
all right. You know, I every time I listen to Lettucey, I keep saying that she is Fantasia's older sister. You know, because I just hear so much. They're so similar to me, but she is like the older sister to Fantasia for me, and I'm like, oh my God, if they were to get together, I would just absolutely I would fall out.
Yeah,
I would fall.
I had the pleasure of meeting her at the NAACP Theater Awards a couple of weeks ago. I was in that.
Really?
We did a rendition of Ain't Misbehavin', and I choreographed the opening number. She is outstanding. I mean, and not just as a singer, she's an outstanding person. Which to me now, you know, once you're in the industry and you meet people and sometimes they're not so nice and it just kind of makes you lose a little something for them. Nothing like that. I mean, she's gracious, she's very humble, and she speaks to everybody. So I love that about her as well. It just made me love her even more.
This is Lettucey?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I've heard that on her, you know, that she's very gracious with people and very humble. So it's always rewarding and you know, a joy when you see genuine people. And who's not caught up in being starstruck, you know, or you're supposed to do this because I am, you know, whatever. Now, you know, let's go here, because if you were not singing, my darling, what would you be doing?
If I were not singing, wow. You know, I used to think that I would probably have gone back to school and became a doctor, a full-fledged doctor, not just a nurse, because I love biology. I am, you know, heavy into health and, you know, what makes this work, you know, how does this operate. I've always been one of those people that love to see blood and guts and, you know, I'm sick like that, you know. I just love how the body operates. I want to say I would be a doctor, but you know what? At this point in my life, I really can't say. I don't know any other thing that I would be as passionate about as singing and acting at this point in my life. Like if I go back, because I left. Remember, I left. I walked out of my college class because I wasn't getting what I thought I was getting. You know, I really was trying to satisfy my parents. But I loved it too, but I still didn't love it as much as I loved singing and acting. So I don't know. I really don't know, and I hope I never have to find out.
Okay. No, but here's the thing. Did you retain any of that knowledge? You said you're big on health. So any of that knowledge, were you able to retain anything, or are you like most of us who want to play a doctor on TV now?
Yeah, I would mostly want to play a doctor on television. And I love Grey's Anatomy. But you know what? I still study it. I still study it like I would if I were in school.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, on TV, if I'm looking at it and they say a word or they say, you know, fibula or something like that, I'm like, oh, I remember what that is, you know. I couldn't lose it all. It just doesn't, you know, it just doesn't encompass what I see for myself in life. You know, scrubs aren't me.
Okay.
Maybe in another life a long time ago, I would have pushed myself, and I'm sure that, you know, because I give 1,000% in whatever I do. So if I had gone in that direction, I would have done it to the end. But I just didn't. I just didn't love it as much. I didn't love it enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, enough. Right.
Enough. Yeah. If you're going to do something that changes other people's lives, you have to love it. You can't like it.
You have exactly. Say that. Now you know what? Now see that brings that kind of piggybacks, or not piggybacks. It just leads me into this whole no hate campaign.
Yes.
Yes, my darling. I saw the pictures and I was like, oh my God. And when I saw your picture and a few others, I'm like, okay, what is this about? How did that come to you, and why did you latch on to that?
Okay. Well, the No Hate campaign, I don't know if you know what's going on in California, but...
Yeah, everybody knows, honey.
Yeah. The overturning of the law for gays to be allowed to be married. It affected a lot of my friends.
Wow.
And when it hits home for you, then of course you have to make a statement. And I'm just an advocate of, if you love who you love, and if you want to be with this person, we have to start looking past what we dislike. You can have a dislike for something, but you don't have to ruin another person's life in the process of disliking something. The respect should always still be there. And I have respect for anyone that takes commitment seriously. I have respect for anyone that says to themselves, when I die, I want this person to take care of the rest of my things. I want this person to be in charge of my life. That's a huge statement. So
yes, it is.
You have a lot of heterosexuals that say that and don't mean it.
Say it.
So if they have thought about this thoroughly and they know, if I get sick, who's going to take care of me? And to say that their loved one that they've been, quote unquote, married to all this time, 8, 9, 10 years, some people, that's all they've ever known, why can't they take care of the person that they love? Why can't they take care of their estate? Why can't they take care of their child or whatever? So I just go by what makes sense to my heart, and I felt like the Prop 8 overturning was just it stripped those people of a partner. It's like telling me that I can't marry the man that I'm in love with.
Right.
And it's unfair. It's completely unfair, regardless of how you feel about that situation. It's unfair to do that to anybody. So with all of my friends being a part of the campaign, a couple of my friends reached out to me and said, you know what, you should really do the No Hate campaign, because I was talking like I'm talking to you right now about it.
Right.
Passionate about it. And one of my friends said, yeah, do the campaign, do the photos. You should do the photos. So I went and I met with the guys, Adam and Jeff, and they're so sweet. They were the sweetest photographers ever. We did the photo shoot. They recently had a party to kind of celebrate, all of the shots that they've taken, all of the hard work that they've done, all of the people that they've reached. And another thing I want to make sure that I let everyone know, the campaign is just not about the celebrities. They have over thousands and thousands of people that come in every single day that are just regular people, hardworking 9 to 5 people. Yeah, you don't have to be a celebrity to actually take the photos. So if you're in the LA area ever and you want to go and hook up with them, you can. It's not a matter of you being a celeb at all.
Oh, wow. Then I need to charter a plane or something, honey, because I want in.
Oh, yes. You should.
I want in. Yes, yeah. I do.
And look at their website. Yeah, go to their website. It's the No Hate, NOH8 campaign.com and sign up. I mean, it's really that easy. It's really, really that easy. So I sang for them. At their party. It was amazing. It was hosted by Kim from Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She had a really great time out here. So, yeah, that's what the campaign is all about.
Well, that is phenomenal. When I saw those pictures, I was like, oh, wow. You know, this is really, really big, and it's good to. I didn't know that that they're using regular, everyday folks as well, and not just looking for that celebrity endorsement. You know, that's
it's
cool.
mainly regular people that believe in Proposition 8, and so.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's a perk when you can allow celebs to come in and do it because, of course, they can get the message out there a little bit better and a little bit faster. But it's by no means. I mean, I think it's only like 100 celebs to thousands of regular people that have done it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I want in. I'm gonna have to go there and sign up. Yes,
we would
I
love
do.
to have you. We would love to have you.
Oh, you know what? I want in for a few reasons because not only did I believe in the campaign and in Proposition 8, but see, as a man of size, see, I'm looking at it from, you know, because see, the whole no hate. I just like no hate, period. Because as a person of size, you know, we get hated on too. So, you know, I mean, it's a double entendre for me. So I'm looking at it from a couple of different angles that says yes, I need to be in on this.
Yeah.
So, you know, wow, that there is absolutely lovely.
Yeah. I
so
love
now,
what it's good for.
That there is one of your recent endeavors. Let's go here because I see now I'm going to introduce the world to one of your new singles that you have posted on Facebook with your new single coming out and the video and thing, You Make Me Sick. Yes, darling. Oh, talk about the new works, honey. I see. You know, let us in on. Are you independent? Are you on record deal? What's up? Give us the dirt.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have no label home, and honestly, I was scared to death to do it. My
really?
Oh, absolutely. Because, well, first of all, it's not the direction of the album. It's a song that I did a couple years ago, but the director of the video just so happened to hear it in one of my friend's car and said, "Who's that girl? I want to do a video for her." And they called me, and I said, "Are you serious? I mean, how much is he charging me?" You know?
Right. Okay, what you said, the bottom line. Okay, how much you want?
What does he want, you know? And it was really, really incredibly reasonable. And so I said, okay, you know, but he was like, no, trust me. It's not going to be just me holding a camcorder and shaking. And he said, trust me when I tell you it's going to look great. It's going to look great. And I said, okay. I was really nervous. I have to tell you, I was very nervous. For one, I did not have an album out, and it is completely unorthodox to the way you do things. You know, everybody out there knows. You don't put a video out if you don't have an album. You don't put a video out if you don't have a label home. Most people just don't do that. But I said, okay, let's just do it. God may have something else lined up. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. But to be honest with you, it is the best decision I ever made was to force myself to do this because it was out of my comfort zone. And it allowed people to be introduced to me as an artist. Because it's one thing to sing, you know, but the video itself kind of shows you, wow, okay, so that's what she'll look like, or that, you know, that's the kind of music she's going to be doing. But it's not on the album. It's not on the album. It just so happens to be kind of like a something to catch, you know, my fans' eye and give them a little teaser before the album actually does drop. The album itself will probably be in the direction of Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Oh, you're giving us that flavor.
Yeah, and you're the first person to know that. So
I got the exclusive? Get it. Okay, so you dishing real tea. I love it.
Yeah, no one knows. No one knows that. I actually sang the single. I actually sang that at the No Hate campaign, and I tried it out on the gays, and they loved it. So it must be the first single.
Oh, darling, now you know you said Ross, child. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, you said Ross, so that's enough. Okay, that there is enough.
The song is called Excited, and they were grooving to it. They had a great time. They were like, what's that? What's that? We need that. You know, we need to get you booked on some gigs. You got to sing this again.
Exactly.
So I said, okay, I would love to. So I think the direction that I'm going in is probably perfect for me, and I'm very excited.
Well, all righty then. Well, here, let's give the folks just a little bit of a teaser. I have You Make Me Sick loaded up into the console, so I want folks to listen to the playing up on YouTube, and also we have to keep reposting on Facebook because after so long, you know, if we get so many hits or whatever, you have to keep reposting on Facebook. But if you go to TRENYNCE's Facebook page, is it facebook.com/TRENYNCE or is it TRENYNCE Cobbins?
No, it's just my first name.
It's just TRENYNCE. Okay, so if you go there, you can also become a friend and join the page. But also you can catch the video in its entirety up on YouTube. So what I want to do, I want to introduce everyone to the teaser, You Make Me Sick. I hope you enjoy. Well, all right, now you make me sick. Oh, now, Miss TRENYNCE, honey.
That's the only thing people haven't written in a song, I think. You know, you always say, oh, I want you out of my life, okay? But no one ever says, you make me sick.
You just make me sick. Okay, right. You know, when I first heard that, I thought that same thing. I was like, okay, nobody has said that before. And I said, the title alone, honey, is going to make me rock this because it's catchy, and I'm able to just, yes, you make me sick. And it just go into song, honey, like I'm walking on Broadway.
Yeah, shout out to Jason Edmonds. He wrote that.
All right, shout out. And let me give shout to Dwight Gibson, who is the director of the video.
Director of the video.
And I had to personally.
Absolutely just amazing. When I tell you, I mean, really, we didn't have a lot of time to put the video together, but we ended up doing 2 videos in a day. 2.
Wow.
The other one was Free to Fall. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I saw that, yeah.
Yes, both videos were shot in one day. And when I tell you he was a mastermind to be able to put all of that stuff together, keep his cool. It was a lot going on, you know. But we made it work. We made it work. And I'm telling you, I am so ready now. I feel like I've grown in so many different ways. And I just appreciate God for allowing people like him and my friend Tiara, Cordell, my manager, Jane, like everybody that has come into my life that has really, really kept me going. Because I'm telling you, there have been instances and moments, like you said, where you just be like, I'm just not good enough, you know. I haven't come out yet. I don't have a single out. You know, everyone keeps asking you about a record. And sometimes it has been that you're just afraid. You're just afraid to put anything out because you don't want to be judged.
Right.
And then in other instances, you see everybody else coming out, and you're like, wow, I don't think they're ready for what I want to do yet. So I just appreciate everybody that's been around me for not allowing me to stay in those moments very long, and for pushing me to do, you know, what I do now, and for pushing me to do those videos, because like I said, I was hell bent. I'm like, this is not happening, you know.
Okay, right.
Who does this? You know.
Oh.
So, but I am ready. I am ready to put the album out. Derek Blanks is going to shoot the cover for the album. I'm so excited about that. I think Derek is absolutely fabulous. So I am telling you, I am just so excited. I'm so excited.
All right. Okay, I got a caller that's coming in. I'm going to take the call first, and then I'm going to come back, because I want you to ponder on this question while we take this caller, and that is the personal investment. Because we said earlier, you know, we have managers who may want to do stuff but don't have the capital. But that personal investment of making this thing happen, what, you know, a lot of folks don't realize that this costs. You know, we want to do this at all costs. And I want you to just ponder on that for a minute, because, yes, stay there. I want to take this call. I'm going to 248-688. Oh, I think I know who this is. Come on in, the tea sipper. You're on the air. You're dishing your tea with us. Hello, caller. Thank you for calling. Hello.
How you doing?
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, TRENYNCE.
Hi. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I wanted to say thank you for this interview today, because I felt that you have really been openly honest and genuine with everything that you're saying, your support of gay rights, and, of course, your support of dishing tea. And I just wanted to thank you for that. But I also wanted to find out what some of your upcoming show dates were, and where people can go to find out exactly where you're going to be and when you're going to be there.
You know what? My dates are so random. What I usually do is I usually put them up on my MySpace page. And I have a few dates that are coming up, but because my internet is not working, my calendar isn't sitting in front of me. So I apologize for that. But if you go to myspace.com /TRENYNCE online, the webmaster there pretty much keeps up with my schedule and lets everyone know what I'm doing and where I'll be. So and you can hear the music and see the video and all of that stuff there as well. And I appreciate you saying that, really.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, well, caller, thank you for calling. I'm going to place you back down. I got another caller coming in.
Okay.
This is going to, I'm going out to 818-857. Hello there, you're my new tea sipper. Hey, tea sipper, dish your tea with me. You're with Big Meech. Hello. Caller.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, okay, I think we lost him. That's okay. He'll probably chime back in later. All right. Well, that's quite all right. That's quite all right. That happens from time to time. But, so, okay, yes, honey, the Internet has been acting a fool. It's slow down here. It's running on crazy and things down here. And
Technology.
there's some kind of upgrade going on somewhere, I do believe. However, eventually they could be just spying on us if you really want. Okay, that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show.
Are you
okay.
a conspiracy theorist?
That's I am. I really am. And after watching The Enemy of the State, honey, I'm done. There's nothing they can't tell me. Okay, but like I said, that's a whole nother show. We're down to the last 2 minutes of this particular portion, but we're going to keep going because I have what I do, the after show. And everybody can catch the after show in the archives, but if you're listening by telephone, you're able to catch it as we're talking. So I'm going to say thank you to all my thank yous and stuff now. So we're going to keep going. So if you're listening by computer, and if it just cuts off in the middle of a sentence, that's why. So thank you all for joining us and for dishing tea with me. TRENYNCE, once again, I have to say thank you just very personally because this is very big for me for you to take your time on to say, hey, yeah, I want to do this and I want to do it the right way. So I just want to thank you for that.
I love being able to, talk to you and, because I also trust you. I've known you. So, for quite some time. So it's definitely my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Now let's go to that question, and I said sit on for just a moment, this whole personal investment, because I think a lot of us get into this industry and think it's just supposed to happen, or because they like me, all I got to do is bat my eyes and smile and, think would just happen. You know what I'm saying?
Some people do.
And then, of course, and some of them do because we still know the casting couch still exists. And for those of you who don't know what the casting couch is, that's sex for favors. The sex industry, sex still sells and gives folks what they want if they work it right. However, there is still a price that has to be paid. And that's why I was asking you, as far as your personal investment, talk about that for folks who don't understand that. What are your sacrifices in order to get this to happen?
Oh, my gosh. Me and my friends talk about the sacrifices all the time. Personally, you are giving up probably, and I hate to say this, but 9 times out of 10, you are giving up everything that matters to you. You are, though. You are giving up your privacy. You're giving up the ability to spend holidays, birthdays, family functions with your family and friends. You are giving up the time to find a significant other, possibly have children. You literally, I think I literally every day say, okay, God, now.
Okay.
Okay, now I am getting up there in age. I may look younger than I am, but I am. I'm getting up there in age, and I'm getting to the point to where marriage, children, picket fence, dog. I have the dog, but that's it. But everything else, that you want, you probably would want to have it by now. And so, of course, you start to get anxious because then you're like, okay, I have 2 sisters. They both have kids. You know, my mom has grandchildren, but she's still kind of like, well, you know, well, what's up with you?
Waiting on you.
Know? And then within yourself, you're like, you know, I haven't been the best sister I could be. I haven't been the best daughter I could be. I haven't been the best friend that I could be. And, you know, you're comparing what you do to what you know, who you are. And sometimes it doesn't add up. You know, I have one friend, one of my best friends actually, she always gets upset if I miss her birthday. But I always miss her birthday because I'm constantly on the road and, you know, you're doing a bajillion things and you want to do the right thing. You really, really do. So the personal investment in you, it's selfish. You know, artists are selfish people. And the unfortunate thing is, but you have to be. You know?
Wow.
Because if you're not, then you're never going to get anywhere. And it's kind of a catch-22, especially if you have a heart. You know, there are some people.
Okay, see, because you're going right where I was going. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. I mean, you don't. Some people don't mind, though. Some people don't mind never attending anybody else's functions or, you know, missing your niece and nephew grow up. But me personally, it does. It bothers me all the time. You know?
Right.
Because it kind of cuts you in half. You kind of feel like, well, gosh, you know, because you have family members and friends sometimes that will use it, you know, and say, well, you weren't here, and my nieces and nephews are growing up, and you know, you want to be a positive force in their lives. And I'm like, well, how can I, you know, talk to kids in school when I can't get to their school?
Exactly.
It is a catch-22, and you've made the decision that, no, I take that back. It's not really even a decision. It is something within that you can't control, you know.
Yeah, I call it automatic conformity, because what isn't happening is that, and my best friend, I'm about to say something that he's going to call me, but like, I told you, and this, that, and the other, because he knows how I am. Oh, I don't like business. Okay, the antics of business, it gets on my nerves because it's so cutthroat, and it is so impersonal. But, oh my God, I'm finna say this, and it's killing me to say this. Jesus, I'm going through heart palpitations. He knows me, and he's listening. God, this is hard to say, but I'm starting to see where he is right. Damn, I hate saying that. And he is rolling over. He is hollering right now. I just turned my ringer off my phone too. He is hollering. But I'm starting to realize that he's right, because everything is about business, and balancing those two when you have a heart and if you have a heart,
it's how people get lost. It's how people get lost. It's how, you know, it's how Whitney ended up on drugs. It's how a lot of our great stars have ended up, you know, backing out of the business, because after a while you look up and children are grown and they're graduating and they have kids, and you're looking around, you're like, I don't, you know, you're like, am I sacrificing too much here? Is there a such thing as balance? Can you have it all? Now, my answer to that now is it depends on the person.
Oh, I like that answer.
It does. It depends on the person, because I look at people like Faith Hill and Tim McGraw. And they have the perfect combination, I believe. And my thing is, you have to wait for it. Everything is God-given. The talent that you're given is God-given. The life that you lead is God-given. So you have to also take into account that when it is your turn to be a mom, when it is your turn to be a wife, all of these things will open up, and God will create, you know, that time for you. I thought by the time I was 25, I would have found the guy I was going to marry, at least be dating him, get married by 30, have my first child by 32, 33. Not so much. Still very single. But that's my time. There's probably a lot of things that God still wants me to do, find out about myself, and accomplish.
Right.
He knows.
Right.
He knows as well as I do that if I get married and I have a child, that I'm going to put 100% into that child and into
that baby.
Marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way I can do that right now and not feel guilty.
Right.
So everything in its time, and so now I try not to. It comes up because I'm a woman, and and your biological clock does start ticking. I can't believe I said that. Because, at first I was like, oh, girls they just use it as a cop-out. Women be like, my biological clock is ticking, and I don't want to hear nothing about no goddamn pee,
Right. Right.
You be thinking that's a myth, but it's not. It's not.
It's not.
Start to think, what am I doing? Am I risking way too much for something that I'm constantly getting rejected at?
Rejected over, exactly. Now here's another thing that we give up, and here's the other catch-22 in this whole business called show, and we give it up. Is now a luxury when it is a complete necessity, and that is sleep and our health.
Yes.
Okay? And I have a sleep disorder. I have sleep apnea. So
wow.
On top of me not being able to sleep, or get a proper rest,
wow.
trying to get on this grind or getting on the grind, and making it happen, and then, putting yourself or designing this concept to where you're in the right place at the right time, so to speak. It is wear and tear on the body and this, that, and the other. And see, I'm 39 now. So at 39 and looking to get
39.
into... Okay, yeah, I'm still sexy. To get into this, and to take it where I wanted to go, and to finally say I'm focused on me versus pushing everybody else. I have, that's how Nikki and I know each other from high school. And I have a few other celebrity friends from high school. All of us were in the same drama class in high school. So pushing these folks and supporting them and going out there, this was supposed to have been us doing it together, but then I took a couple of wrong turns and wanted to be universal parent and wanted to be fabulous and gay and this, that, and the other, and they left me. Okay. Then I had to deal with the choices that I made. Now that I'm at a point where, okay, it's time for me to take care of me, the industry kept going, times have changed, and then I'm coming in at a deficit because I didn't have the luxury of saying, okay, at 21, I was introduced to Nikki got signed to Michael Jackson's label and carried on at such a young age, and then having the industry raise me, if you will. So I'm coming in from a different standpoint. So having said all that, we still give up all of them luxuries of health and sleep and all of the hoopla that goes with that. And it is a necessity because, of course, without my health, I can't do what I want to do. Honey, if I'm not sleeping, I'm going to fall asleep in the interview.
Right.
Or on the set some damn way, So it's a costly thing.
And it's not for everybody. That's another thing that I learned. I know a lot of great singers, and I know a lot of people that want to do it, or they think they do, but it takes a certain mindset, and it takes just a certain kind of people, to be in this industry. And some people don't get out unscathed. When you listen to Whitney say it felt good to be able to wave Bobby Christina off to school, I get that. I get that. I don't have a
Right.
child, but I get what she means, because you lose all of that trying to be perfect for your fans 24/7, and they don't understand that you need time off. All they know is that they love you, and they want to hear from you, and they want to come to your concerts, and they want to buy your merchandise, and they want to hear, you know, they want to shake your hand. They have no idea you haven't slept in 2 days. You know,
Right.
They have no idea
Right.
that you spent the night in the studio and brushed your teeth in the car. You know, they have no idea.
Ooh, okay, been there.
So, you know, the sacrifice is very great, and I think it's something that people should think about 10 times before they decide to do it, not just once, and pray about it daily, because there's so many devilish avenues and
say that.
people, you know. I mean, it looks like it's great, but it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's so funny because, I mean, I'm saying all of this, but at the same time, I wouldn't change anything, you know.
Exactly, because it's groomed you. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. It has groomed you.
It has, and you know, I think the part that helps me keep going is knowing that I'm not the only one, because there's nothing like feeling like, well, gosh, did so-and-so feel like this when they went through this, you know? Did they have to sacrifice? Did they? Yes, the answer is yes.
Exactly.
There's not one person that we look up to that doesn't have a backstory, that didn't have to grind at it, you know, and if you take it back even further, you know, we were talking about Ain't Misbehavin' earlier. Those entertainers had it worse, because not only were you walking through the kitchen, you know, not only were you walking through the kitchen, you were barely respected if you weren't on stage. So I thank God, you know, I do thank God for the change. I do think that a change has happened. But at the same time, there are certain aspects of the business that just are the way they are, and they're never going to change. And so in knowing that, as an artist, you have to kind of stay planted in what you were raised on.
Right.
You know? I don't think I could do drugs. I don't like to be out of control. You know, and I see what it does to other people, so there's no way I could do that. So if it's not a holistic way of doing something, or, you know, if I just can't take a break, then we're going to have an issue. And I will tell you, I need a break. You know, I need to take a couple of days off. And a lot more stars need to just take that approach. They really just need to take a hold of themselves, and you know, especially if you've already made the money, you know, if you've kind of accomplished a little bit of what you want to do, then you know, just don't be afraid to speak up, because it's you. You know, no one's going to get on TV and say, oh, my God, Trenice's manager made her do blah, 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 so she looks like this on TV, you know, half asleep. No, it's going to be Trenice fell asleep during an interview with, you know, Barbara Walters. What? You know, and the rest is history. So yeah, artists have to, I think we just have to, I don't think a lot more artists, especially since the death of Michael Jackson, are starting to get it. To get that, you know, when your body says shut down, when your mind and your spirit says shut down, you have to shut it down. You know?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Okay, I'm sitting up here. I'm typing to Dwight. I'm going to say his name again because he says, listen to your show, which was good, just a little hurt by my name not being mentioned. But the simple fact that you are a friend of mine on Facebook, I blame you both, but I'm glad that I'm a big boy. Congrats on your interview and radio thingy. And, Dwight, he missed it. I think that was the 818 call that was coming in that we couldn't get to. He missed it when we were talking about him earlier.
Let's say
so
this
I'm gonna say his name again and
Malik
say thank
Millions.
you, Dwight.
Dwight Malik Millions. Dwight Gibson, Malik Millions, same person. It's just, you know, he has two sides to him. One side wrote that email, the other side directed my video.
Oh, so this is Malik I'm talking to. Oh!
It's the same guy, but I swear he is funny to me. Malik Millions, you guys, with Cobb Creek Productions. He's awesome. You do want to work with him. He's up and coming. He has great visions for your work, and I'm not just saying that. He really does. He's very talented. I mean, if you saw the videos, I mean, it could be on 106 in Park. I mean, it could kind of, it could stand up
easily.
To the rest of, the ones that are out there. I mean, as far as the look goes. So quality, which is what I'm all about, and I would definitely endorse his talent. I do endorse it. So once again, Dwight Gibson on Facebook. Go check him out. Say hi. Tell him TRENYNCE sent you. Malik
Please
Millions
do.
is his other alter ego that shows up on set. So.
Okay. Oh, okay. All righty then. I just want to make sure he gets his propers because when he first posted the videos, he asked us, to comment on and carry on. And I'm being a director. Now, I'm not a film director. I'm a stage director, but we still look at stuff from a critical eye. And I was like, oh, okay, this here is kind of cute. But as I watched it, I was like, okay, wonderful choice here, good choice there. And I'm going to tell you something that I caught that made the video so real. It's why you're closing out the song and you're standing in between the two homes. And there is a SUV that pulls up in the background. And I love that. I think that just makes that so real because I was like, okay, is Mr. Man coming home from his little excursion or what? It just brought life to the video. And for me, I was like, oh, wow, he caught that. And it added so much realness to that. I said, okay, he worked that for me. He worked. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. I said, okay, yes, I love that. Yeah. So he has a really genius way of producing great work. I mean, he listened to the song a few times. He listened to the song a lot of times, and I think every time I talked to him, it was playing in the background, and he would have a different idea, and he was like, okay, let's add this. I want to make sure we show this. So, yeah, as far as, I love that, though. I love that our generation is that way, and we, it kind of reminded me of high school because I think my high school class was that way. We loved working together. We were really perceptive, and, we like details, and, that's one thing I do like about this generation. We want to be respected. Exactly.
And we pay attention to everything. So, so Malik is definitely someone you're going to want to work with. If you're out there doing music videos or you want to get a video done, make sure you hit him up on MySpace under Dwight Gibson.
Okay. Now, let me ask you these last couple of questions, and then I'm going to let you get ready because you got to get into your world. She mentioned that she went to the Rent audition earlier. Well, they're doing another rendition of Rent in California. Is that a touring show?
No, actually, no. All I know is it starts in November. I'm not exactly sure when it ends. But here's the other thing. I'm not exactly sure if you saw me in Love in the Nick of Time. Did you catch that show?
No, I missed that one.
Oh, okay. David E. Talbert produced and directed Love in the Nick of Time with Morris Chestnut. Avant was in it. Elliot English from the Jamie Foxx show. She played the aunt. Myself, Terry Dexter, Andre Petrie. It was an awesome cast. Awesome cast. Well, if you saw that a few years ago, David is about to release the DVD. And, yeah, it's going to be amazing. I mean, he has gone above and beyond what you normally see on, a stage production turned into a It's unlike anything you've ever seen, and I can't go into any details because it's not my project.
That's all right. We'll go get the DVD, honey.
But you have to see it. The way the way he's using the cameras and all of that and what he's putting into the show, like what he's piecing into the show while you're watching it is incredible. So he's asked me to do the promo tour with him and Morris and Avant, and I pray to goodness that it doesn't I pray that it doesn't overlap with Rent if I get Rent today, because I really want to be out there with those guys. It was such another show that was just so amazing to be a part of. Avant, he knows I've always respected his talent. Morris has to be the sexiest, most humble star I've ever met.
Oh, my God. I've not seen him face-to-face yet. But dear
Let me
mercy,
just tell you.
I can only imagine.
No, what really gets you is the fact that he doesn't even realize it.
I know! Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I had to tell him, I say, honey, just be thankful you straight. Because you will be had in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, honey. Because have mercy, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't want to miss traveling with those guys, because it was such a fun time on the tour, and I feel like everybody walked away with family. I mean, it's the first time that I've honestly been on a tour where everyone from that show is now one of my best friends. So I hope I get a chance to go out with them. And if not, please, please, please go out and purchase that DVD. Go to davidetalbert.com and purchase that DVD.
All right. Okay. Now that there. Okay, now so that's an up and coming. Good. I think I was here at the time when it first came out. I was here. I was living here in Atlanta, and I had just got here, and I couldn't get the time off because my boss, I work in a hotel, and talking sacrifices, honey. You still got to pay the bills while you're struggling to make it big.
That's right.
So I work in a hotel, and I couldn't get the time off to maneuver because, of course, it came at a time when we were extremely busy with family reunions and things. So I couldn't get the time off to come and see the show because they promoted it like crazy, and I wanted to get there because I knew that you were in it, and I said, okay, let me get there. Cause,
I want to say we did Good Morning Atlanta and all. Like, we did a lot of things.
Yeah, y'all were on the circuit. Yeah, because I caught the dailies and all of that during the shows. And I said, okay, I've got to go see this because, I still bragged that I was your acting coach with Soul Kitten Cabaret.
Yes.
I tell the children, I say, yes, that's my claim to fame, honey. I was the creative consultant on the show and was able to help pull together a couple of the scenes. So that's my claim to fame there. So I wanted to come and see you there, but I didn't get a chance. But I was able to see Ain't Misbehavin'. So oh, my God.
Well, in that show, in Love in the Nick of Time, I played a ghetto girl. So that'll be really interesting if you go pick up the DVD.
Okay, no, I've got to see this.
It's very, very ghetto, too. Her name is Portia. And she's a hot mess. So, so you have to see it. It's like I told you, I love playing characters, number one, that aren't me. I think those are the most fun. But I really like to stretch my acting chords, if you will, all the time. And it's such a different show to go from, what you saw which was me playing a psycho. To playing a ghetto girl, to playing a girl from the 30s, to to hopefully playing a lesbian in Rent. That'll be interesting.
Oh, okay, you're going. Oh.
Yeah, I would be Joanne.
Oh, Joanne.
Yeah.
I love that. I love Joanne. Oh my God. Yeah. I've seen that show like 3 or 4 times, and I love it. I love it. I saw the show. What is it? I think I've seen it 4 times on stage. I own the movie. Yeah, that's just an incredible show.
Okay, yeah. So now, it'll be very, very different, very interesting for me. Definitely a challenge, which I love. And you can't go wrong when you have rent on your resume. So
okay, no, okay, and that's another thing, children. Picking stuff that's going to look good on that resume, honey.
I've had to
We need
turn
to
down
teach
a
the
few
class,
things.
actually.
Yeah, I've had to turn down a few things recently because that's another change that is happening. Not that I wasn't picking great roles before, but once you do a Broadway production, you kind of have to look at things a little bit differently.
A little differently, yeah.
Yeah, and not backtrack. You don't.
Right.
The shows that got you to where you are can't be the shows that sustain you. So you have to move on and kind of decline some of the other shows that you might
some
want
of
to
the church plays, honey, where we all know them church plays.
Well, I wasn't gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
We know them. No, I'm gonna call them out because I'm a dish this tea for real, honey. We know them church plays. Lord knows I got a number of them, honey. Those hot messes that when the folks don't know what they're doing and take you 6 months to rehearse.
Now he's saying that. I have nothing to do.
This is me, honey. I'm saying it because y'all know I'm telling the truth, honey. I'm a dish of real. And all of those things, honey. And then, the budget ain't right. And anytime they say, okay, we're looking to take this on tour, that means they ain't got no money. No. Okay. You have to learn how to pick it properly and know what to look for and not go in starry-eyed.
Yeah, it's your name. It's your brand, and you have to look at yourself like, I'm Nike,
Exactly.
I'm Gucci, I'm Prada. And if you're not selling yourself or treating yourself as a product, then nobody else will. If you know that your talent is going to stand up to whatever it is that they're paying you, or that your professionalism is going to speak for itself, then you have to start treating yourself in that way. You have to start saying, okay, I can't accept anything. Because here's my thing, and this is just not even kidding. I can't accept anything that's less than my rent. And that's just the real of it. I live in California. And if I'm going to get out of bed and I know that I'm going to put 1,000% into it, I'm going to be respectful of everybody. I'm going to show up on time, because I'm really punctual. I'm a stickler for time. If I know I'm going to do all of that, then I have to deserve. I have to get the.
I have to at least keep the roof over my head.
Exactly. You have to, and you have to state that. You can't be afraid to say that. Because people will not, it won't make you important if you don't.
Exactly, and that's the real of it. Because community theater, I love doing community theater, but I know for me, it doesn't pay. And I know I would take off work and work around my schedule to say, okay, I'm doing this production. But I'm losing money on this end, so you got to make sure that I'm making what I'm losing or better on this end. And if you can't do that, honey, then I have to decline. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you get it, you have to know how to invest it. Yeah. Yeah. You have to know how to invest it back into yourself, and you also have to know how to help it sustain until your next gig. So
until hello.
The industry really, it really teaches you a lot. And for one, I think doing Idol probably was the best thing I could have ever done in my entire life, just because it teaches you how to be an adult. You can read the industry books, you can read Music 101, you can take the classes, you can get the degree, but there is nothing like hands-on training when it comes to this industry.
Because it's the stuff that they don't put in the books that you have to learn.
Yes, it's like history. It's like history. You're not going to learn black history by sitting in a history class. You're going to have to go to the library. That's something my mother used to always say. She used to make us write these book reports on all of these different black inventors, and I hated it. I was like, I didn't learn this in class, and but then I started appreciating it because the more I learned, the more I realized, what we'd actually done to contribute that we're not being taught. And
exactly.
And knowledge is definitely power. So, read the books, definitely, and when it comes to the industry or whatever it is that you're trying to do, you've got to read up on it, you've got to sacrifice, and you've got to do it 100% or don't do it at all.
Or don't do it at all. That's it.
And that's
that
just,
there is
that's
it.
Mhm.
Wow. Speaking of Idol, would you ever go back, how they have the new seasons and bring in the folks to come back and counsel with the new guest or the new contestant or whatever?
Oh, yeah, I would do that. Now, whether or not they would call me, that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother show. Okay. Now,
yeah,
listen,
I don't know if they would call me. I caused a little bit of controversy. So, yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about that. But, again, my parents grew up in this industry, and they already knew about it. My mom was my manager from way back, and I knew how to read contracts already. And the short of it is that I wouldn't sign the contract right off the bat until we were able to get our own lawyer. And that didn't sit too well with them. So I don't know if I'll ever be invited back. But hopefully, you never know.
Wow. Now that's a whole, in this industry, I'm telling you, I think I'm going to put that together for a series with the show, because that's what I'm looking into, getting folks to talk about contracts, and because it's a lot of stuff that's very scary on this business end that gets folks jammed up when you're talking contracts and taxes and who needs what and what this means, what that means. Distribution.
But nobody wants to be the bad person.
Right.
That is the conflict I think that artists run into. You want to be able, like I said, you want to be able to say yes to everything. And with the business side of things, the business is not the happy, smiley, jovial side of the industry. It just isn't. It's very negative and cutthroat, and a lot of people lose friendships and kinships and all kinds of stuff over it.
Okay, right. If what's the child's name? Comedian. What's his name? Dave Chappelle can walk away from $50 million.
Yeah, that tells you.
Turn around and walk, and he was at the top of his game, and they offered that, and he walked away from it. If he can do that, then that means something in there was wrong. And you have to be true to yourself and baby. Yeah, and I always use him as a reference point for that.
That's a great reference, because that's a lot, especially when you do want to do it. Somewhere in the industry, I think that it stops being fun for a lot of people, and the business side, I think, is what makes it no longer fun.
No longer fun. Whitney said that. That's exactly what she said.
Yeah, you lose something. I haven't gotten to that point. I'm still sitting here like, Lord, I'm still sitting here. I'm one of those people that's like, oh, but if I could just do this, for the rest of my life. I don't really care about the contracts so much anymore now that I've seen so many people go through such bad deals.
Right. Going to jail.
Right. And the contracts themselves, being slaves to that. My main focus is just being able to continue to entertain. I desire live shows more than I do CDs, if that makes any sense.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I like the energy of a crowd. I like to be able to touch people. I like the eye contact more so than sitting in a booth all day.
Right.
But if I can do that, if I could go overseas, that kind of thing, I think I'll be okay. I thought what I wanted was the actual contract and all of that, and not to say that I wouldn't take it, but I think that I will be taking it under different circumstances now.
Right.
Once you've learned things, the knowledge is there. You don't look at things the same, and you can't pretend like you don't know. You know,
Exactly.
once you've
Exactly.
seen it, you can't go
That
back to not
okay.
knowing anymore.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
biblical right there. Once you become accountable for that knowledge, honey, hey,
Yeah.
you once you get it, you are accountable for it. There is no you can play the I forgot every now and again, honey, but no, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, you're responsible. So, yeah. So, you know, as long as God continues to bless me to be able to sing, you know, I am, of course, always looking to stretch myself. You know, I've done that with the acting. I want to take it a few more steps further, of course, with the singing. My goal is still to put out an album or two or three. And, yeah, and just be able to connect with the fans. I think that's what's most important. Because then if you do that, you still can have a life, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. Well, you know, let me ask this on the final question.
Okay.
And that is, do you ever think that they would do an Idol album and have some of y'all come back and do something? Particularly, I would love to see duets like with you and Frenchie or Fantasia, and you know, just all those who have really made a name for themselves. You know, Fantasia and George Huff, and of course Jennifer Hudson and LaToya London, Melinda Doolittle, Lakeisha Jones. You know, and
There's been
particularly
a lot of us, hasn't it?
yes. Okay, Ruben, Clay, Frenchie, and I there's one other girl, I can't call her name because she has an album out that's wearing me out, and I don't have it yet. But she was on the show. She was 16, one of the youngest children, a little black girl. Oh my God, her album is out. It's kind of jazzy and things, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, Paris?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, honey, she wears me out. And I'm like, if they were to ever get you guys to do some kind of project, or I'm surprised they didn't have you guys collaborate, you know, to do something together, all them voices and things. I mean, it was fun during the show to watch when all of the contestants come together. You guys were able to sing and this, that, and the other together. But then those who had voices that stood out, which the names that I've called, you know, who were able to go into, I would love to hear you and George or you and LaToya London, you know, who came after you to do, child, please. That would just
that would be fun. I'm hoping that when it reaches 10 years, which I think they have 2 years to go or 3
2 more
years
years,
to go?
yeah.
When it
But
reaches
they're coming up
10
on 8
years,
now.
Exactly. Okay. Wow.
Exactly.
Jesus. I hope that they will invite some of us back. Now, again, I hope I'm one of them. I don't know.
Right.
You know, I don't know how they're going to do that. I'm definitely willing. I don't hold any grudges. I said what I said and I meant what I said, but that doesn't mean that, you know, I don't have respect for the show, because I do. But, you know, but I would love it, and I think that the fans would love it if they brought back their favorites to sing together, or just to bring people back, you know, maybe having the top 10, one person per week, you know, or something, come in either as a guest judge or maybe even to sing with the group that week or something. You know, that would be awesome. And, you know, knowing Idol, they'll have something like that up their sleeve because it'll be 10 years. So, yeah, they'll probably wait. They'll probably wait until then, though.
Okay.
Here's hoping, because you, what's his name, Perez Hilton, some of everybody has asked those same questions. So, you know, I don't see why they wouldn't.
Okay, so we're all putting that energy out there. Okay.
You definitely are. Because every time every time somebody comes up to me, they're like, okay, I know you know the answer to this question. I mean, are they planning to bring you guys back? And I'm like, I have no idea. That would be good.
That would be hot, because they haven't done anything like that with all of the idols since the first 3 winners with Kelly, Rubin, and Fantasia when they did their Christmas special. After that, you know, I was like, okay, that was the teaser for me, because I'm like, okay, I know they're finna go to do something together, or at least
outside of
I was
Idol,
looking for that on the albums.
Well, outside of Idol, some of us are doing like this pay-per-view special. I don't have a lot of details on it. Again, you'll be able to check the website. You will be able to check the website for it. I will post it, and as you know, as I get more details. But a lot of us have been asked to do a pay-per-view special for Christmas. And when you said that, it just reminded me. And I think there's over 13 of us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'll be directing it. Well, stage directing, basically.
Right. Uh-huh.
So that'll be coming out. I will definitely, keep you in the loop on that, and you can, announce it, and I'll have it on Facebook and Twitter and MySpace, and what else is left?
Okay, right. Okay.
I'll make sure that it gets out there for everyone to know what's going on. So that's coming up soon. Mhm.
Well, okay, we'll be looking out for that. Well, my darling, I'm going to let you rest up them vocals, get ready for later on today.
Yeah.
Because you're 3 hours behind me, so it's like 2:45 here.
Oh,
so,
yeah, 11:30, and
yeah.
my appointment is at 2:30, and so I'm just going to go and take a little swig of olive oil, warm up my tea.
Oh, see, did nobody catch that? She said olive oil. I'm writing that down.
Mhm.
Just a little sweet.
Mhm. Extra virgin, down, just a little swig in the cap. I did that on Idol. I still do it. I think somebody asked me that on Facebook the other day. I thought that was really sweet. But yeah, I do. I still do that.
Okay, to warm it up, honey, to coat it. Okay. And to strip it of impurities and things. Everything just glides.
Yeah,
I love that. Okay. One of my idols, Stephanie Mills. She did this years and years, and Patti LaBelle and Stephanie Mills are like mother and daughter of R&B for me. And I hold them simultaneously in my number one slot, and then in no particular order comes like the thousands of others, but they hold that spot together. And I know when she was on Joan Rivers, like years and years and years and years ago, she said she gargles with warm water, vinegar, red and black pepper. And she gargles with that. And I said, oh, okay. So I've been doing that since I heard that. So
it helps. Anything that's hot. For some people, it's dairy. Dairy doesn't do anything for me.
No, I'm asthmatic, and it does nothing but brings in the mucus.
Right. But cayenne pepper, I think it's the what is that little mixer that everybody was drinking to lose weight? That pretty much is what helps you with your vocal cords too. Tea with honey and the cayenne pepper.
Okay.
And with a peppermint tea bag, it does wonders. Yeah, it does wonders for your vocal cords, and then just a shot of extra virgin, and I'm good.
All right. With that, there is a helpful tip from Heloise TRENYNCE. Thank you, darling, for just coming out and gracing the show with your presence. This is a fun-filled interview.
It was
and
fun.
I thank you for being here, honey.
Thank you for having me. I would love to be back at any time.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to keep that in mind, honey. And trust me, you know what? I'll tell you what. I will hold it till whenever y'all finalize everything and the taping is done and this, that, and the other. We'll talk and we'll bring you on for the Christmas thing and get that promoted and get the folks interested in that. And we'll make it happen.
That sounds excellent. Cause it's going to be 40 countries, I think they said, all over the world.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
That's going to be a big deal. Yeah, so we would love to come back on the show. Probably have a few of us.
I know that. See, you in my head. You in my head. So yeah, I'm good. Yes, that's the plan. That there is the plan.
Awesome.
Okay, so my darling, thank you again to all the listeners out there. I thank you all for dishing tea with me. We're going to wrap things up. I was going to give you all the soliloquy and everything. You know the drill, child. You know the drill. Dishing tea with Big Meech at gmail.com if you have any Dear Meech letters or any topics. You can also join me on Facebook, on the fan page on Facebook, Dishing Tea with Big Meech. Join that. You can get inside information and stuff about the shows there. And I hope to see you guys soon. I don't know who's going to be on the show next week. I haven't booked it yet. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, I know. No one's called me back yet, so it might be one of those Dear Meech letters. We'll find out. That's the big mystery. So come on back next week, and you will be dishing tea with me. Until then, my darlings, I love you. And TRENYNCE, baby, thank you. Girl, I'm over here. I'm floating. I'm so floating right now. It's crazy.
Oh, sweet. I'm so proud of you.
I am. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I love hearing that. And I got all the love for you over here, baby. All the love. And I want you to go kick ass at this audition, honey. Go kick ass. You got the call back, so just go kick ass.
All right. I appreciate you very much.
All right. Thanks, darling. You
Bye,
too.
Amanda.
Bye-bye.
Required listening with Amazon Music.
Dad music again?
The greatest guitarist of all time.
Wait, who?
Alexa, add this song to a new playlist.
Sure, what's the new playlist name?
Jack's Intro to Classic Rock.
Adding Stepping Stone by Jimi Hendrix to Jack's Intro to Classic Rock playlist.
Amazon Music, the simplest way to listen to the music you and soon he will love. New customers start your 30-day free trial at AmazonMusic.com. Renews automatically, cancel anytime. Required listening with Amazon Music.
Dad music again?
The greatest guitarist of all time.
Wait, who?
Alexa, add this song to a new playlist.
Sure, what's the new playlist name?
Jack's Intro to Classic Rock.
Adding Stepping Stone by Jimi Hendrix to Jack's Intro to Classic Rock playlist.
Amazon Music, the simplest way to listen to the music you and soon he will love. New customers start your 30-day free trial at AmazonMusic.com. Renews automatically, cancel anytime.